Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this beautiful Monday morning. It's nice and cold in Gilbert, Arizona. A lot of snow up north, it looks like, the last 24, 48 hours. So I've got Lance on the line. Lance, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So Lance is actually the husband of Gentry, my real estate company's number one producer, and he's a big part of that. And we're just so thrilled to have him on there. He's a man of many talents and always has a bunch of irons in the fire. And one particularly I've been thinking about for the last month that I would like him to go over with the group and cover is he's got this awesome, fun hobby of day trading. He's got a little bit of a knack for it. And, he's done fairly well with it, and he's kind of learned from different mentors. And actually, where did you first learn about day trading, and tell us about that, Lance?
Yeah, so I mean, I've played in the stock market for 10, 15 years, and it's just kind of all evolved to different things. But I would say day trading really started about 9, 10 months ago. And my brother, actually my younger brother, got into it. We both run businesses, have people, employees, team members, and we've always run into this, you're always dependent on somebody else. And so he's like, listen, if we can figure this out, we're dependent on nobody except ourselves, our emotions, and we can do this anywhere in the world as long as we have internet service. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try.
Oh, that's cool. So I've seen people day trading, and they follow these certain big gurus, and it's almost like they're watching them, and some of these guys show their trades live, on software, is what they're doing. Is that sound right, or is that true?
They can be. There's a lot of different gurus. I mean, you kind of have to pick and choose the style you want to follow. The mentor that we have used is a guy named Ricky Gutierrez. He's here actually in Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona.
Uh-huh.
And he gets on and shows you for about a half hour to an hour every morning. Once you sign up for his course, he'll teach you the ins and outs of the beginning stages, and then you can sit and shadow him every morning, the 253 days a year that we trade. And again, he's not on it to tell you do exactly as I do, because nobody is perfect. We're all human. There's a lot of emotions in trading. You have to kind of learn to hold those back and just go off of what your analysis says, and
right.
Really manage your risk. That's his big step he tries to teach, is managing risk, because it's not the winners that are hard, it's the losers that hurt you. So,
okay. Say it again. It's not the winners that are hard, it's the losers that hurt you.
Yep.
Got it. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it seems like it might take more brain power to lose than it does to win, even though you feel like you should have so much excitement of brain power of when you win, right? So who are some of the other gurus besides Ricky? Is there any others that you particularly have learned from and like?
No, there's not really any others that I specifically follow. I mean, they're all over YouTube, right? You can find several different people. I know there's bigger people out there that'll say, use my platform, pay for this subscription, it'll make the trades for you, or this or that. But really, we geared this towards, we want this to be on us, and specifically what we're doing, and our, managing our emotions, and just really being in charge of our personal trades.
Right. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you started 9 to 10 months ago. What platform do you like to use?
So I specifically use Think or Swim is the platform.
So Think or Swim?
Think, yep.
Think or Swim.
Yes.
Not Think, but Think.
Nope. Yeah. It's
right.
Think or Swim. A big part of that was I was doing options a couple years ago. It's a great platform for trading options. A lot of beginners will get into Robinhood or Webull.
Uh-huh.
And so those two are a little bit more geared for beginners. Ricky specifically uses Webull. My brother uses Robinhood. They have some good apps for the phone, so if you're a trade on the go type person, it's good for that. But it's really a preference of what you like to look at, the charts you like to have, and you can kind of go from there and review them all.
Got it. So tell me this. So you think or swim, got it. So you mentioned options. What's the difference between day trading and options? What's the two difference between those things?
Oh, you're going to get into technical stuff now. So I had another mentor, a friend. He does not share anything with anybody typically, but he has quite a bit of money in the market, and he tries to average his increase anywhere from 10 to 20% a year, just on top of whatever the market does. Right. So in 2022, we all know the market, well, at least the NASDAQ, dropped about 30%. And during that time, he was able to maintain his balance by using options. So when a stock is falling, you can sell an option on it, and it basically covers some of your losses if the stock happens to drop to that specific number of that you're putting the option contract in at.
Okay, so is there really that much of a difference then, like from just I'm a day trader or I'm an option trader then?
Options, yeah, I mean, a little bit. Options are a little less involved. You can pick an option 3 months, 6 months, a year out and not have to touch it again, where day trading is very, I mean, I wake up every morning, I update the economic calendar to see what's going on, what news is coming out. It's very news-based, I would say.
Oh, okay. Got it. So it's a lot of news-based. That's pretty cool. So as far as those gurus that you follow, I mean, in like one particular day, could they be like risking or putting out $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 out there, like in one day just to get like a return?
Yes. So actually, Ricky himself will specifically tell everybody what he has in his account, and he trades with about $500,000 daily. Every
single day. So he basically has $500,000, $500,000 that goes out every day, right?
Yep. As long as he enters a trade, again, it's managing your risk. So there's days where if the market's not moving where he's comfortable or he's not seeing the movement that he likes, he'll step away from it. Because again, with that, I mean, you have 253 days to do this. If you can make 1% on your money every single day, that's 250%. So, if you take 50 days or even 100 days out of that, you're still up 150% if you keep it in the green.
Right. Man, it's just that's just so crazy to me is to have $500,000 in my account and then for it just to be all out there working in the market for, I mean, how many hours?
I mean, you've got about six hours that it's open depending on the platform you're trading, 6.5 hours or so. But typically, I mean, I'd say my average day trades happen within the first hour to hour and a half of the market opening.
Okay, so how many hours do you specifically, like when you're like waking up in the morning, like, hey, I'm gonna do this today, and I like what the market's doing. So it typically you're at it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours every single morning. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and there's some mornings where it's 5 minutes. I hit my goal and I'll walk away, which is another big part of just managing that. It seems that you hit your goal and then sometimes you're like, well, maybe I can double that today, and then it goes the opposite direction. So again, it's fighting those thoughts in your head that probably shouldn't follow.
So basically, I mean, it's an early game too. It's in the morning. I mean, the market opens 6 a.m., right?
So in New York, the market opens 8:30, 9, something like that. We're ahead of them, so it varies. Right now, we're at 7:30 a.m. I get on.
Okay.
But when the time zone changes, it goes back to 6:30 a.m. So yeah, I like to be on a half hour before, kind of see the pre-market movements. There is pre-market trading on some platforms, but obviously that becomes riskier because then everybody else jumps in the market and you can change direction pretty easily. Right, that makes sense. So it doesn't sound like you're got a timer down and like you're jumping in like right when the market opens, boom, I'm on it. It doesn't sound like you have to be that crazy about it, right? No, you don't have to. Like I said, I mean, if it's just kind of a hobby, it's if I'm busy that day or I have other appointments, then I don't look at it. But preferably, yes, I like to be on every morning the market opens specifically. Like I said, we follow Ricky, watch his trades, kind of see what he's thinking, what other people on that platform are thinking, and then, usually make a decision within the first 15 minutes to half hour whether I'm going to enter a trade or not.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So what, as far as like percentages go, what percent has been your biggest win?
My biggest win. So, if you go into percentages, I've doubled my money in some things. It's not using the full account balance, so sometimes that's a little bit of a bummer.
Right.
but I've also lost 50%. So,
yeah.
And again, it varies with how much you have in the market. But in those specific trades, I've seen upwards of, I'd say an average daily trade, if you're just doing kind of mediocre, what you should safe trades. So we follow the Qs, which follow the NASDAQ, so triple Q. And
right.
then there's a EFT based off that, SQQ, which shorts that, and TQQQ. Those will fluctuate typically anywhere from 2 to 4%. Some good days you have 5 to 6%.
Uh-huh. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. I have, being in real estate once again, that's why I kind of preached, hey, you guys definitely need to, figure out how to set aside 20% of your income and put it into the market. And so all of my, personal stock market growth has been just basically, I would say I think on a scale of conservative, medium, and aggressive, I'm just like pretty medium, and it's because they're just retirement accounts. It's just money that my financial advisor is just putting in and knows that I'm still not going to retire for another 15 or 20 years. So I don't need to get like super aggressive with this stuff. And the stock market is just like set it and forget it type of stuff. I always tell friends, they get so excited about, this little Tesla stock or Amazon or Apple and this or that, and trying to get in low and then get high and then sell. I'm like, I've never put any energy there. It's just because I'm in real estate and that's what I call my day job. And that's what I'm excited about. So I've never ever got into day trading, but I hear people talk about it, and Lance is actually my only friend or a close friend that I know that plays around in that market. So I just kind of wanted to figure that out, ask questions about it, and just maybe pay a little bit more attention to it. So I always try not to find too many or see too many squirrels in my life because, you want to focus on like what your day job is and what your cash flow is. But that being said, if you've got some people got a little knack for different things here and there. And if you can, have some interest in day trading and, follow this Ricky, what's his last name again?
Ricky Gutierrez. Okay.
Ricky Gutierrez guy and like follow him and maybe just put a little, open up YouTube, watch some of his videos. I don't know. If you're interested, take a look at it. So I just wanted to share that knowledge today, and I appreciate you, Lance, getting on and talking about it.
Yeah, not a problem. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Cool. Well, thanks for who you are and all you do, Lance. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys have an awesome Monday. We're going to let you go. I'm chasing an auction property in, if anyone knows where Mare, Arizona is. There was no opening bid, and now there's an opening bid at $60,000. So I've got to figure out how to get a driver a couple hours away and figure out how to get a bidder a couple hours away and see if we can make some money on auctions. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, guys.